Hello and welcome to the second episode in the series of classes on how to cross-step and Noseride. If you enjoy this or if you like the other one, then please do subscribe so that you don't miss any of the following classes. Today we're going to be talking about frontside cross-stepping, and hopefully everyone's watched at this point class 1 on how to cross-step and Noseride. And you'll be familiar with the idea of trapping the apparent flow of water underneath the surfboard in order to help give you lift. Just as a reminder, we were talking about the Coanda Effect and Bernoulli's theories. Okay, so what I'm trying to do when I'm cross-stepping and when I'm nose riding is I'm trying to stay in that top third, that top quarter of the wave as I move forwards, because I feel confident there that I've got enough lift in order to cross-step and to nose ride. Okay, so, hopefully you all heard that. I've tried to leave the sound on there. This is one of my favorite drills or practices to do with new students when we start to do cross-stepping. And if you hear the surfboard thud, it's like that. It's the equivalent to losing inside rail pressure, okay? So I'll just play that one more time. Okay, so I've lost my inside rail. As a best case scenario, what will happen when that happens, there was a prime example, okay? Watch this. Right foot, and then as soon as I put all my weight on my right foot, we're gonna see the top of the surfboard. Okay, so I've lost my inside rail, no doubt. I'm gonna have a big old stumble. Whoop, there it is, and I just about managed to get to the nose. I was pretty off put by that, and probably not gonna make the rest of this. But yeah, that's the best case scenario. Is you just wobble around and you end up getting a nose ride. Here's another example, and again you'll notice it's the right foot. It's when I press on the right foot there as I pick up my left foot. We see the top of the board and we see that board start to slip down the wave face. That arm flings up as I'm losing a bit of balance, and I only end up getting a cheetah 5 on this one. So we can see that on both of those waves, I lost inside rail pressure. It's the equivalent to hearing that surfboard crack on the yoga deck. But it's a little hard to see, and it took me a while to work out what was going on. This is a much clearer example. Sorry to use you, Paz, but you set up this nose ride really well, or you set up this cross-step attempt really well. Okay, I really like this foot adjustment, treading your back foot forwards, narrowing your trim stance. Okay, but right there, same thing with you, okay? As you press on your right foot, we see a lot of the top of the board, and we know that board's going to slip down the wave face. We know it's going to wobble a little bit. So what I notice here on this one is your toes are pointed forwards. Okay, and if your left foot is slightly to the left of the stringer line and your right foot slightly to the right of the stringer line, when you press on that right foot, when you take that step forwards with the left, you're going to lose your inside rail. Okay, so same with you. You don't quite fall all the way to the bottom and fall off, but you do get unsettled and wobble and fall off. And then I think right there we see a prime example of left foot on left of the board and right foot on right of the board. It's doable, but it's tricky when they're starting out. Okay, so something I've been working on doing is when I'm going frontside is trying to dissect my foot, trying to dissect my foot with the stringer line, and I've been using a GoPro to just kind of point down at my feet and see how I'm getting on. Making little adjustments like that when I feel like, oh, I've kind of overcooked it, kind of overdone it, and just try to slow it down and take a little bit more time with it. So we're going to be trying to walk across the middle of the board. What I will say at this point is if you've done a really, really good job of setting up your cross step into your nose ride, okay, you might even want to have your toes a little further over towards the inside rail. Okay, so to the left rail if you're a goofy, or to the right rail if you're a regular footer. Okay, and I think we've got a fun little hit off the top just to finish. So, just a quick visual for you, trying to keep our feet dissected with the middle of the board. However, that is not going to be enough, because if you carry equal pressure in your feet as you walk forwards, which a lot of people do, what's going to happen is that you're going to just slip off the inside rail and you're going to have a wobbly cross step forward. So the other thing we've got to try and do is we've got to try and press on our toes. So this is a nice example where I don't let that board crack on the yoga deck because I keep on my toes. My heel barely touches on that one, and that board stays off the yoga deck all the way through until the nose ride. And same going backwards. Okay, trying to stay on my toes. So when it all comes together, it very rarely does for me. I've just used my own clips because I don't want to get into any copyright trouble. But when it all does come together, my board does really stay nice and high, and I feel really stable as I'm moving forwards on the surfboard. And it could look something like that. Now, for backside cross-stepping, it is very, very different and perhaps a little bit more difficult. So look out for that episode. That one won't take me too long to do, and that will be coming out soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do share it, because that will really help us, and please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and all the fun stuff there. We do post slightly different things on the different social media platforms. Thanks a lot for listening, and have a great time surfing.